So welcome to another session in this series. In the previous session, we ended on question number 117. Here we start with question number 118. The question says the sum of the interior angles of an n-sided polygon is 120. Find n. What is the formula for finding the sum of a polygon? It is what? It is this 120 multiplying n minus 2. And then we've been told that this is equal to what? 1620. Okay, so we need to find this n. Okay, so let's divide both sides by 180. So this cancels this, and when you divide this, you should get 9. Okay, so that means n minus 2 should give us 9. So n will be equal to 9 plus 2, which is equal to 11. So the value of n is what? 11, which is C. Okay, cool. Let's move on to question 119. Question 119 says the interior angles on the same side of a transversal on two parallel lines are, okay, so let's draw that. So if you have two parallel lines, okay, two parallel lines, you have another parallel line, okay. So assuming these two lines are parallel, the transversal will be something like this, the line crossing the two of them. Okay, cool. Now the question says the interior angles on the same side, that is one angle here and another angle here, are what? So what that means is, how are these angles called? These angles right here, how are they called? Okay, now we know that co-interior angles add up to what? 180. And we know that 180 means supplementary. Okay, so our answer is supplementary. Okay, so here our answer is D. Cool. All right, let's move on to question number 120. The question says we should find the value of what? X. We've been told that this line is parallel to this line. Okay, and then this is parallel to this. Cool. So now looking at this, we can have a Z here. Okay, and we know that the angles at the armpit of a Z are what? The same, because they are alternate. So this angle here is the same as this angle over here. So that means this angle is what? 48. Cool. Now we can easily find X, because we know that the sum of the co-interior angles, they add up to what? 180. So X plus 48 should give us 180. Okay, X plus 48 should give us 180. Cool. X is equal to 180 minus 48. Then X will give us 132. Okay, cool, which is B. All right. Question 121 says in the diagram, QT and PR are straight lines. This is very important. QT and PR are straight lines. That means they cross each other at this point. Okay, if they cross each other, what that means is we would have what? Vertically opposite angles. Cool. So this angle here will be the same as this angle here. All right, and then this angle here will be the same as this angle here. Okay, cool, keep that in mind. Now since we know that this angle here is the same as this angle here, that means this side we can also call it what? 2M. Okay, because they are vertically opposite angles. So let's write that down. This angle here, we call it 2M. Okay, cool. Now we can easily now find the value of M. How? Because we know that this angle is a right angle. We've been told in the question, angle QOL is a right angle. That means it is what? 90. Right angle means 90. Okay, so the sum of angles on this straight line would add up to what? 180. So 2M plus 90 plus M should give us what? 180. Cool. All right, so let's do that. We have M plus 90 plus 2m should give us what? 180. Okay, so we have 3m to be equal to 180 minus 90. So we have m to be equal to 90 over 3. 3m over 3. So the 3 cancels out. Okay, so we have our m to be equal to what? 30. Now, since we know the value of m to be 30, we can easily find the value of what? N. How do we do that? Now, since we know that these are straight lines, right? That means this angle will be equal to this angle. Okay, so that means 90 plus m should give us what? N plus 3n minus 2, because they are what? Vertically opposite angles. Cool. So let's do that. So we have m plus 1 plus 90, and we know that m is 30, right? So let's just put it there. Let's just put the value of m, which is 30, right here. Should give us what? This angle right here, n plus 3n minus 20. That will give us what? n plus 3n minus 20. Cool. So what would this give us? We'll have 4n minus 20. Okay, so this is equal to this. Cool. So we need to just rearrange and then we'll find our n. So we'll have 4n to be equal to 140. So we can now divide both sides by what? 4. So 4 will cancel out, and then we'll have our n to be equal to what? 35. Okay, which is A. Cool. I think you understood that. Okay. All right. We'll have to stop here for now. In the next session, move on to question 122. Question 122. Cool. All right. Thank you so much for joining this session. See you again next time. Bye.